Welcome to Watchat, where we chat about watches and other facts of life. So what's the difference between the SBGY007 and the SBGA407? Let's find out. The SBGY007 is one of Grand Seiko's latest Elegance collection, also known as the Omi Watari. During winter, Lake Suwa, the largest lake in Nagano, freezes over. A long ridge appears in the ice from one side of the lake to the other. This is known as Omi Watari, also known as God's Crossing. That's what inspired the design of this dial. So how godly is it compared to the ever so fan-loved Skyflake inspired SBGA407? Let's find out. The 007 is definitely no James Bond watch. The elegance design and classic look of this timepiece makes the watch look pretty delicate and vintage-like. It's measured at 38.5mm in diameter, 10.2mm in thickness, and 43.4mm lug to lug. The stainless steel bezel and the front of the lugs of this watch is polished finish, showcasing very little of its terrazzo technique, whereas its side profile is all brush finish, which is a smart design. If you watch my review video on the Omega Seamaster Aqua Terra Worldtimer, you will understand why it's a smart design. If you missed that video, I'll put a link in the description below. Unlike the 407 that has its lugs extending out of the case, this curves around forming part of the case. To be honest, the short lugs and the case shape reminds me of this line of watches. Good news! There are no holes on these lugs, giving it a cleaner look but also making it slightly more difficult to change your strap, unlike those on the Skyflake. The alligator leather strap on the 007 is black with a dark blue stitching on the front and back, contrasting it, or rather blending it with, the purple back. I find the strap to be flatter compared to the strap on the 407. However, what I like about the strap on the 407 is that it's actually dark blue and its back is actually light brown with matching stitching. Another difference is the tip of the strap. The 407 has a rounded end, whereas the 007 has a pointed tip, which I feel makes it easier to push through the holder. The buckle on the 007 is a modern rendition of a 3-fold clasp with push button release, unlike the 407 that has a spit bump holder. Showcasing its back is the 9R31 caliber workhorse. This is not an automatic movement but a manual winding spring drive movement with 30 joules and a 72 hours of power reserve. Instead of displaying the power reserve on the dial like the Skyflake, this one have it on the back, which helps clean up the dial. The sapphire crystal is a dual curved sapphire crystal with AR coating on the inner surface. The printing on the dial are all black, unlike those on the Skyflake, which are blue, black, and grey. I would probably prefer the printing of the words here on the Omi Watari to have been pushed all the way to the chapter ring instead. But that's just my preference. The familiar sword-like hour and minute hand is terrazzo polish, with the blue second hand gliding away. Because the watch is kept pretty thin, you will notice the long minute and second hand are slightly curved following the curved sapphire crystal. All of the minute markers are chamfered on 3 sides into an elongated trapezoid design. The dial on this watch has a very light tone of blue, lighter than the blue on the Skyflake, which can be a problem. Again, if you want to know what that means, check out my Skyflake review video, or we will review there. The crown on the 007 is also a pull-out crown, however, it only has a 30 meter of water resistance. The crown shape on the Omiwatari is also different from the Skyflakes. Be that as it may, it is still a signed crown. GS has also included a small little gap between the case back and the crown, giving you that room to insert your fingernail to help you with the pull out of the crown, which is similar to that of the Zenith Primero 1969 original design. Again, my review video in the description below. Yes, it is definitely a lot slimmer than the Skyflick, and lighter as well. The lack of date and power reserve definitely clears up the dial. However, the very light tone of blue, short lux, and splash resistance do somewhat bothers me a little. So what do you think of this Omi Watari timepiece? Let us know at the comments below. Anyway, if you like this kind of video, please do hit that like, share, subscribe and bell notification icon to support me. I'll really appreciate it and promise to upload more videos like this. Until the next one, thank you for watching.